So in this video we are going to talk about another lifecycle method which is called as componentWillMount. Now componentWillMount is similar to componentDidMount. The difference is componentDidMount leads to an action whenever the component gets created. Now what if you want to do some action before the component is even created, right? So in order to achieve that, we have the concept of component will mount. It hasn't mounted, it didn't mount till now, but it will mount, right? So let's create a component called as title component, right? And we'll say tsx. If I do rnfes, I am title component, and if we just use it in our app component, let me just import it. You can see, okay, let me have some font sizes so that we have better visibility. Yeah, so it says I'm a title component, right? Let me clear the logs as well. Okay, so now if you wanna perform some action whenever this component gets mounted, we have already learned that the way we are gonna do is we are gonna write a use effect, and we are gonna define the callback, and we are gonna pass an empty array, and I'll say I got mounted. The component is saying I got mounted, right? My bad, I got mounted. So you can see that if I refresh it, you can see I got mounted, got printed, right? But what if I want to perform some action even before the component is created, right? So there is another hook called as use layout effect, and the syntax is 100% similar to use effect. That is, it expects a callback function, and the second argument is the dependency array. Now if I write console log I will get mounted, and if I save, let me clear the log, let me rerun it, you can see I will get mounted got printed first, and then I got mounted printed second. Now one may argue that you kept the use layout effect prior to use effect. Let me change the order. Let me also clear the logs. Now when I refresh, you'll still see that the body of the callback function which is present in use layout effect gets executed first, then the body of use effects callback function gets executed. The reason is use layout effect basically runs the callback, executes the callback function before the component gets mounted. So there are cases where you may want to perform some action even before the component is mounted, that is even before the component gets created, right? So that's how you achieve component will mount. Thank you guys.